Football Globalization. Welcome back to the channel, where we explore the fascinating stories behind the world's favorite sport, football. Today, we'll uncover how football became more than just a game. It evolved into a global phenomenon, touching billions of lives across continents. Have you ever wondered how a sport born on the muddy pitches of 19th century England found its way to the beaches of Brazil, the deserts of Africa, and the bustling cities of Asia? The journey of football's globalization is one of cultural exchange, groundbreaking moments, and the relentless passion of its fans. Let's take a deep dive into how this beautiful game crossed borders, united cultures, and became the universal language of sports. Football's globalization began in the late 19th century, fueled by British colonialism. As the British Empire expanded, so did the sport. British sailors, soldiers, and merchants brought football to every corner of the globe. By the early 20th century, countries like Brazil, Argentina, and South Africa had embraced the sport, blending it with local cultures to create unique styles of play. The establishment of FIFA in 1904 was a pivotal moment in football's global journey. FIFA's goal was simple: to organize and promote football worldwide. Their flagship event, the FIFA World Cup, first held in 1930, has since become the most-watched sporting event on Earth. The 2018 World Cup in Russia was viewed by 3.5 billion people, nearly half the planet's population. Another factor driving football's globalization is the movement of players. The landmark Bosman ruling in 1995 transformed European football by allowing players to move freely across borders once their contracts expired. This ruling not only shaped modern transfer markets but also made top European leagues a melting pot of talent. Today, players from over 100 nations compete in leagues like the English Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A. Broadcasting has played an equally vital role. Modern technology allows fans in Africa to watch Champions League matches live, while fans in Asia wake up early to catch the Premier League. Football is no longer confined to the stadium. It's a global experience, accessible at the touch of a button. Football culture. Football isn't just a game. It's a way of life, deeply woven into the fabric of societies around the world. For many, football represents community identity. Clubs often symbolize the pride and passion of their regions. In Argentina, for example, the rivalry between Boca Juniors and River Plate isn't just about football. It's a clash of cultural and economic identities. Similarly, in Spain, Barcelona and Real Madrid represent much more than sport. For many Catalans, Barcelona embodies a struggle for independence and cultural preservation. Cultural rituals are central to football's charm. Every club has its traditions, from chants and anthems to pre-match rituals. Think of Liverpool's iconic anthem, "You'll Never Walk Alone," sung passionately by fans at Anfield. Such moments are not just spectacles. They're deeply emotional experiences that unite fans across generations. Women's football has also emerged as a powerful cultural force. The 2023 Women's World Cup shattered attendance records, with matches drawing millions of viewers globally. This growth reflects changing societal attitudes toward gender and sport, creating new opportunities for women in football. Football also serves as a platform for social movements. Anti-racism campaigns like Kick It Out demonstrate the sport's commitment to inclusivity and equality. Players like Marcus Rashford have used their influence to tackle issues such as child food poverty, proving that football can drive meaningful societal change. Football economy. Football is not just a sport. It's a massive economic engine, generating billions of dollars annually. Globally, football's economy is worth over $40 billion, making it one of the most lucrative sports industries in the world. The English Premier League, for example, secured a broadcasting rights deal valued at $12.5 billion for the 2022 to 2025 cycle. This revenue fuels clubs, supports grassroots football, and boosts local economies. Sponsorships and merchandising form another significant revenue stream. Global brands like Adidas, Nike, and Coca-Cola use football as a platform to reach billions of fans. Barcelona's partnership with Spotify, which includes naming rights for their iconic Camp Nou stadium, highlights the innovative ways football clubs monetize their global appeal. The transfer market is another key component of football's economy. In 2023, the global transfer market was valued at approximately $6.5 billion. Record-breaking transfers like Neymar's €222 million move to Paris Saint-Germain in 2017 illustrate the financial power of the sport. These deals aren't just about buying players. They involve media rights, merchandise sales, and ticket revenues that can reshape a club's fortunes. Major tournaments also have a profound economic impact. The 2022 FIFA World Cup added $20 billion to Qatar's economy through tourism, infrastructure development, and global visibility. Similarly, domestic leagues stimulate local economies through matchday tourism, employment, and associated industries like hospitality and transport. Yet, this economic success isn't without challenges. Economic disparities between elite clubs and smaller teams are widening. While clubs like Manchester City and Real Madrid thrive, smaller clubs often struggle to stay afloat, highlighting the need for more equitable revenue distribution. Global football industry. The football industry is a sprawling ecosystem that extends far beyond the pitch. Europe remains the epicenter of professional football, home to the most prestigious leagues like the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, and League One. These leagues generate billions in revenue, attract top talent, and set global benchmarks for the sport. Clubs like Manchester City, Real Madrid, and Paris Saint-Germain dominate financially, with Manchester City earning over €700 million in the 2023 season. Emerging markets are also shaping the global football landscape. Major League Soccer, MLS, in the United States and the Saudi Pro League have made headlines by signing marquee players like Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. These leagues aim to compete with Europe by investing heavily in infrastructure, marketing, and player acquisitions. However, sustainability remains a challenge, as seen in China's attempt to create a football superpower, which faltered due to financial instability. Technological advancements are transforming the football industry. Tools like VAR, video assistant referee, enhance fairness and accuracy in decision-making. AI-driven analytics and wearables help clubs optimize player performance and manage injuries. Even the way fans engage with football has evolved, with augmented reality, virtual match experiences, and digital collectibles reshaping fan interactions. Football tourism is another thriving segment of the industry. Iconic stadiums like Barcelona's Camp Nou and Manchester United's Old Trafford attract millions of visitors annually, contributing to local economies. Mega events like the Champions League final and World Cup not only draw fans but also boost global tourism and cultural exchange. Despite its successes, the industry faces challenges. Environmental concerns about the carbon footprint of mega events and the need for sustainability in stadium operations are pressing issues. Clubs like Forest Green Rovers, the world's first carbon-neutral football club, are pioneering green initiatives to inspire change. Football is a powerful tool for driving social development, especially in underprivileged communities. One of the most significant impacts of football lies in youth engagement. Nonprofit organizations like Street Football World and initiatives like FIFA's Football for Hope use the sport to teach life skills, promote education, and foster social inclusion. In Africa, programs like Right to Dream Academy in Ghana have transformed young lives, offering opportunities for education, professional football, and leadership training. Football is also a catalyst for breaking social barriers. Grassroots initiatives provide spaces where gender, ethnicity, and socioeconomic status matter less than teamwork and passion. For instance, mixed-gender football leagues in countries like India promote inclusivity and challenge traditional gender norms. Additionally, football plays a critical role in mental health awareness. Campaigns like the Heads Up initiative in the UK encourage conversations around mental health, using football as a platform to reach millions. Clubs are increasingly offering mental health resources for fans and players, acknowledging the sport's capacity to address broader societal issues. In post-conflict zones, football serves as a bridge for peace-building. Programs in regions like the Balkans and the Middle East bring together youth from conflicting communities, fostering dialogue and understanding. The United Nations has recognized football as a tool for achieving its Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, particularly in reducing inequalities and promoting gender equality. Football's influence on politics and diplomacy. Football is more than a sport. It's a political and diplomatic instrument with far-reaching implications. Historically, governments have leveraged football to assert national identity and unity. For instance, Brazil's victory in the 1970 World Cup became a symbol of national pride during a period of political unrest. Similarly, South Africa's hosting of the 2010 World Cup highlighted its transition from apartheid to a unified, democratic nation. Football also has a unique role in diplomacy. The 1998 World Cup match between the United States and Iran symbolized a thawing of political tensions, with players exchanging flowers and handshakes before the game. Similarly, football diplomacy, initiatives like matches between North and South Korea, demonstrate the sport's capacity to bridge divides. However, football's intersection with politics isn't always positive. The sport has been used for propaganda, as seen in Mussolini's Italy during the 1934 World Cup. It has also sparked conflicts, such as the infamous 1969 football war between El Salvador and Honduras, where political tensions boiled over during a World Cup qualifier. Football's governance often faces scrutiny. Corruption scandals within organizations like FIFA and the role of authoritarian regimes in sports washing. Using football to launder reputations remain critical issues. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar drew widespread criticism for its handling of migrant workers and human rights concerns, highlighting the complex relationship between football and politics. Despite these challenges, football remains a platform for advocacy. Players like Megan Rapinoe and Marcus Rashford use their global influence to champion causes like equal pay and social justice. Clubs and governing bodies are increasingly engaging in corporate social responsibility, aligning football with broader societal goals. Challenges and opportunities in global football. While football has achieved remarkable global influence, it faces challenges that could shape its future. Economic inequality. One of the most pressing issues is the growing financial disparity between elite clubs and smaller teams. Top clubs in Europe generate billions annually, while lower-tier teams struggle to stay afloat. For instance, the English Premier League distributes significant broadcasting revenue to its clubs, but lower leagues, even in the same country, receive a fraction of the funds. This imbalance affects competitiveness and long-term sustainability. Opportunity. Expanding revenue-sharing models and introducing financial fair play regulations globally could level the playing field and ensure smaller clubs remain viable. Corruption and governance issues. The sports governance bodies, including FIFA, have faced corruption scandals that undermine trust in the system. The controversial awarding of World Cups to countries like Qatar and Russia raised questions about transparency and fairness. Opportunity. Strengthening governance frameworks, promoting transparency, and encouraging third-party audits can rebuild trust and ensure football's integrity. Environmental concerns. Large-scale football events have significant carbon footprints, from stadium construction to travel for players and fans. The 2022 Qatar World Cup, for instance, faced criticism for its environmental impact. Opportunity. Adopting sustainable practices like renewable energy in stadiums, waste reduction programs, and carbon offset initiatives can make football more eco-friendly. Clubs like Forest Green Rovers have already set examples by becoming carbon neutral. Player welfare. The packed schedules of modern football raise concerns about player health and burnout. The increasing number of matches, coupled with international commitments, puts immense physical and mental strain on players. Opportunity. Collaborating with players' unions to optimize schedules, incorporate mandatory rest periods, and prioritize mental health initiatives can ensure players' well-being. Technological integration. While technology like VAR has improved decision-making, its implementation has been inconsistent, sparking controversy among fans and players. Balancing human judgment and technological accuracy remains a challenge. Opportunity. Enhanced training for officials and standardizing the use of technology across leagues can minimize discrepancies and improve the fan experience. Accessibility and inclusivity. Despite its global appeal, football is not equally accessible everywhere. Socioeconomic barriers prevent talented players in developing countries from accessing training facilities or joining professional leagues. Additionally, the sport continues to combat discrimination based on race, gender, and sexual orientation. Opportunity. Grassroots programs, scholarships, and partnerships with international organizations can make football more inclusive. Campaigns like Kick It Out and the rise of women's football are steps in the right direction. Football's digital evolution. The rise of digital platforms presents both a challenge and an opportunity. While clubs can connect directly with fans through social media and streaming services, they must navigate issues like copyright infringement and fan engagement in a crowded digital space. Opportunity. Leveraging blockchain technology for digital collectibles, creating immersive virtual experiences, and investing in sports partnerships can help clubs stay ahead in the digital era. Global expansion. Leagues like the Premier League and La Liga are exploring new markets with preseason tours in Asia, North America,
has roots going back thousands of years, with early versions played in ancient Rome, ancient Greece, and even China. But modern football began in England during the mid-19th century. It was there that the first official football regulatory body was created. This organization established a set of rules and formed several football leagues.
Far more than just a game. It's a global phenomenon that
At first, football was purely an amateur sport. However, the game spread worldwide, thanks to British sailors and soldiers. These men, part of Britain's colonial efforts in the late 19th century, introduced football to many colonies across different continents. And by the early 20th century, there was growing pressure to create an international organization. British football leaders were initially skeptical and dismissed an invitation from the 7 founding countries to join FIFA. From that point on, football began evolving into a more professional and organized sport. Across Europe, groups of students, workers, seminarians, and miners began forming professional football clubs that eventually joined leagues. These clubs were often connected to a specific place, like a factory or a seminary, or they sought support from local businessmen and influential people over time. This marks the first steps toward the commercialization of football in the early 20th century. Meanwhile, FIFA was working hard to expand its influence. More and more countries joined the organization, and for the first time, football was included in the Olympic Games. The future of the entire football industry appeared incredibly bright, with all signs pointing to its sustained growth and enduring success. However, at that moment, no one realized that an upcoming event would turn the tide of human history.
Embracing technological advancements, addressing environmental and ethical concerns, and prioritizing inclusivity will be key to ensuring
The First World War profoundly impacted Europe. In many countries, football championships were cancelled or suspended. Players went to fight on the front lines or worked in military factories. Businesses and industries focused on supporting their armies, so the football industry, which was just starting to grow, came to a halt like many other sectors.
proving that it is more than just 90 minutes on the
Even
pitch.
during the war, football
is a
didn't
reflection of
completely
humanity's
disappear.
collective
Soldiers
spirit.
on the front lines
A
found
sport
comfort
that
in their
unites us in
favorite game,
celebration,
which was sometimes used for
competition,
recruitment
and hope.
campaigns or even to
So,
bring
whether you're
temporary
cheering from
truces
the
between
stands,
opposing sides
watching from
through
your living
friendly
room,
matches.
or
Carefully
kicking a ball in
navigate
your
the
neighbor's
interests
park.
of different countries to
Remember that
protect the
football's
global
story is as
infrastructure
much
it had
yours
built
as it is
and
the
prepare
world's.
for football.
Together, we are part of a game that truly has no limits. Outro.